these princess chairs, okay? There is a pump.
I see.
Okay? So there's an air bladder in there to distribute the pressure. It actually releases air over a long period of time, okay? What you do need to worry about is residents need to be repositioned in a princess chair. It's just like when you're seated in a chair and you're sitting there for an hour, you feel like you just want to move around a bit. These residents need to move as well, okay? The way we do that is by tilting the chair, okay? So let's say we've hoisted the resident in the chair, we've tilted them back, okay? We come back 1 to 2 hours later, we tilt them back further, okay? We come back another hour or so later, it's lunchtime, we bring them up, we have lunch. We tilt them back, okay? So we need to be alternating that seating pressure going through the resident's body. We have some special pressure relieving cushions that we use. You might see these around. This is a Vic Air brand, okay? So it's got air sacs in there and it relieves the resident, it relieves the pressure going through the body. Typically you'll see that in a wheelchair or a bedside chair. That you will see are bed cradles. Does everyone see one of these?
Yeah.
So what do these do? For a bonus point. What do these do?
For the blanket.
They do the thing.
Avoid the pressure of the sheets.
Avoid the pressure of the sheets.
Yes.
You're on fire. And they're in the bed. You need this in, and the sheets on top.
Yeah.
We're all okay with that? Okay. It goes on the end of the frame. We connect the valve. There's 2 ports on this side, so you can see. Yep. Got a photo of that? It's got 4 cylinders in there, 4 vertical cylinders, and they alternate every 5 minutes, relieving the pressure on the resident.
That's
Okay?
cool.
That's an example of an intervention that we would use for residents who are immobile. Okay, so they don't necessarily have to have a pressure injury. Sacrum. Okay, sacrum is the most common #1 site for a pressure injury. The sacrum. So, to reduce the shearing forces on the sacrum, it's really important to know that we want to avoid raising the head of the bed up past 30 degrees. Okay. You can see here the amount of pressure going through the resident's bony prominences when they're laying supine, so they're laying flat. Okay. You can see here the substantial increase in pressure on the sacral area when the resident exceeds 30 degrees on the bed. Okay. There's a lot more pressure going through the sacrum when the resident's head of the bed is up past 30 degrees. It's going to have meals, have some water, have their medication. We need to bring them up into high sitting. Okay, we can't prevent that. Pressure injuries and repositioning. Okay, so let's say he has a pressure injury on his heels. Okay, it's bending the knees, it's lifting the heels. Okay, by doing that, by again 30 degrees or less, you're offloading the pressure going through the heels. Okay, heels with a pillow or 2 pillows. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can see we're already clearing the use a heel offload. Okay. Again, you can have a pillow to offload it further. Now you'll notice that the open end is towards me. Okay, you'll see why. Because the open end is always towards
The direction of where you're going to push it.
right point. So we're going to do our normal log roll. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to tuck the slide shed. Underneath Ollie, rolling him back. Log rolling again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and rolling back. So you can see why the open head is towards me, because I want him to come towards me. Okay? It's called a lateral transfer to the side. Exactly the same thing as when we're going up the bed, however, we're going across. So I'm holding top sheet at the shoulder and the hip. Caitlin's going to have the same positioning and she's going to push. Okay, and I'm going to pull. So we're going 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got Molly nice and close to the edge. From there, we want to remove the slide sheet. Okay, Caitlin's going to tuck it underneath. Okay, and all it is, 1, 2, 3. So we've rolled Ollie in the diagram. So we want to avoid using things like blankets, cushions, and towels. Don't ever put a towel between the resident's knees or resident's ankles. Okay? It'll cause more skin damage. So avoiding blankets, cushions, and towels. You never want to leave slide sheets or slings underneath the resident. Okay? So if you've hoisted a resident in bed or in a princess chair, you need to remove the sling. Okay? If you leave a sling underneath there, they're going to get a question. And if you leave a slide sheet under there, they're going to slip. Exact component there gives you a summary. Here's another photo that you can see where they position the top leg over the bottom back points. That gives you a summary of what we've just done. Okay?
Bum diggy diggy bum bum bum.